quick introduction. Hi, I'm Brian. I've been doing conversion rate optimization since like 2015 or so. I started off as a A/B test engineer, and so I built a bunch of A/B tests and kind of saw stuff that worked, stuff that didn't, and then I just got interested in the strategy. So I've been doing that ever since. And my hope today, I have taken kind of a quick look at your sites, is that I can give you just a handful of suggestions, like a couple things to kind of go chew on and think about, and a couple things that you can just go confidently execute and say, okay, I'm going to make this change. I think this is an improvement. No downside. Let's go. So I think next up is, or did you have an order in mind, Rish?
No, I was actually just going to say Simply Granola. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, Simply Granola. So who am I talking to here?
Hi, Tiana.
Hey, Yana, how you doing?
Good, thanks to you.
Great, okay. And I'm looking again at mobile and just want to make sure that makes sense to you. And if all your visitors and conversions are on desktop, then I shouldn't bother you with this, but otherwise.
Yeah, I think mostly actually it is mobile, so it
Great.
Will be helpful nonetheless.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Like if you're bringing people in from social media, people are on social media and mobile. That's what we got to deal with. Yeah, so okay, cool. Good. All right, well, so you kind of heard my rant, I hope, I guess, about the next sale slide up. And so it's the same thing here.
Yes.
It might be helping, but I'm suspicious, I guess. I'm skeptical. And so it's just, in my mind, it's this trade-off of we're taking away the option to interact with this carousel every time it slides up. Yeah. Is that worth it? You know, is the impact of this? And so same suggestion there, I would say, if you have the means to split test it, I would, rather than just default to assuming that it's going to help. But let me get organized here. I do have some notes. So, okay, yeah. And I think, so I had the same experience on landing with lots of pop-ups. And so I've got the next sale, and then I've got the sign up here. And so, and underneath that is the cookie widget. And I mean, like this is our life, right? Like, what are you going to do? You got to have some of these. But the effect was I really couldn't even tell where I was. Like, what site am I on? What is this right now?
Yeah, I can't even see our name or logo at all.
Yeah. And so like a question here is like, what is the optimal way and time and location and aggressiveness to try to get people onto the newsletter, basically? And I'm going to advocate for, in the absence of strong contrary evidence, not on the first page load, top of the, like, just wait a bit, wait for some engagement, wait until 30 seconds on the page, or scroll halfway down the page, or second page load, or once they've gotten a sense of what the site is about, what's here, and they seem interested.
Yes. I
think it's a better time to hit them to sign up for the newsletter. And so
that makes sense.
Yeah. And then what I did is I clicked sign me up. And so then it dropped it down here to sign up. And then I had the cookie up here. And so this literally, like, I can't see the site at all. So I just want to get out of people's way a little bit. And so if the cookie notice it has to be there, I assume it does. Yeah. If it's possible to move to the bottom of the page, of the screen, so that people can see just the site. And, I mean, I picture, think of the mindset of someone on social media, highly distractible. They literally could be like, wait, where am I? What is this? Do I want to bother? And so we want to get out of the way, remind them where they are and what they came from.
Make it easy for them.
Yeah. And a tiny thing, but like as a general heuristic, fewer form fields will mean more people finish the form. Like if you may ask people to fill in 10 boxes, not everyone's going to do that. If it's just 2 boxes, lots more people will make the time. And so it's not a huge deal, but I would tend to think if you can just do email address and not collect first name, and just generally anywhere on the site, wherever this ends up getting presented, I don't think you lose much not having the first name, unless it's really key to your email marketing strategy. So, just a suggestion there. So, okay, I'm really picking on you here because we haven't really seen the site yet, I guess.
Yeah.
But last thing I wanted to say on the sign me up. Yeah, I also think that whenever we do present this offer to sign up for the newsletter, I guess you're getting 2 discount codes, but like, what am I signing up for exactly? Like, are these like recipes or health tips, or, what are you going to send me? So
Yeah,
selling the newsletter.
That is only for our newsletter base, but it's not clear at all.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
That's only for our newsletter, like customer base, but it's not clear at all as to what you're actually signing up for.
Yeah, and so, you know, I would imagine if you're just like a little clear about what to expect, like the discount codes is the immediate incentive. And yeah, okay, if I'm about to buy, I want to sign up so I can get the discount code. So sure. But if you tell me what the, you know, what the newsletter is about, just briefly, whatever it is, then I think that would help too. Okay, so let's go look at the homepage. All right. And so I think something that would help, a couple things here. This, okay, understand. This banner, it's taking up a good amount of space. And I wanted to ask, there's two messages here, right? There's the free shipping above a threshold, and then there's the discount code. And so question for you, I'm putting you on the spot, but how often do people actually qualify for the free shipping? Like, it seems like this would be a purchase of maybe like 5 or 6 items. Is that about right?
Yeah, we've actually recently lowered that, which means a little bit more people would qualify because there weren't that many people that were actually qualifying for it. But now, it has increased a bit, but it's still not the majority of our customers.
Okay. It's always like, I can always cop out and say, well, if you test it, you'll know. And that's just not realistic. Like, we can't test everything because we don't have infinite traffic and conversions and time to work with. But I will share that I interviewed somebody recently who had run a test where the first test they ran on a new site, on, you know, a Shopify site, was to add a free shipping banner. This exact same kind of message, free shipping for purchases over $50. And they found that it actually had a really detrimental impact on conversions, on revenue per visitor. Okay. And the conjecture there is that people see it and they think to themselves, well, I'm not going to spend that much. And it's actually like a little discouraging kind of ding. It's like, oh, well, great. I don't qualify. I'm not going to qualify for that. I just want to try it out. How much are they going to charge me on shipping? It sends people like into this little spiral. I don't know if that's the explanation.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay,
but I guess
take note of.
The thing we can say for sure is that we don't know that mentioning this free shipping threshold in the banner is going to help. And so what I'm really trying to get at is, can we get this narrower? Can we get it shorter down to like a single line to give us more space, especially on the collection pages? And so something I would consider is save the shipping information for the product page where it's more relevant.
Okay.
And be sure to mention it. But site-wide for this banner, just the 10%, and if we could shorten the text, so 10% off your first order with promo code Hello Bon Vivant. If that fits on one line, and that gives us more space, which is a good thing. The next up, this is really hard to read, the white on white. And so I would propose probably just like highlight the text, you know, like a little translucent box around the text area to make that easier. And that same advice applies to these category links buttons.
Oh, yeah.
And this part too, just wherever there's text, or alternately put an overlay, like a transparent overlay across the entire image here.
Yeah.
Maybe here, just to make the text more readable.
All right.
And so I want to dwell here on the hero a little bit. So if we imagine that, you know, this is easier to read and kind of like the first thing we see, because we've taken away some of those pop-ups. And so I just clicked an ad or a post, and here I am, and I see this. I just wanted to take a minute to talk about the messaging, kind of what we're looking for. And so, I'm trying to think what this says. Yeah, okay. I just want to take a minute. Let's go back and forth a little bit about who this is for, what this is for, what do people love most about Simply Granola. I read some reviews and I have some takes, but starting with you, like what's the main appeal to the majority of happy customers? What do they love?
I think they love the brand. They very much buy into the brand and what we stand for. So it's kind of like healthy, wholesome granola. We have a range of products now, but it starts with just granola, but still being indulgent and delicious. And we've recently added the high protein granola, which broadened our customer base to more like wellness, fitness kind of person. And I think that is ultimately yeah, our customers kind of looking for like the bon vivant at heart. It's exactly actually what it is.
Yeah, that's what I got from the reviews, is a lot of people invoking that, like, this is a healthy breakfast and it's a guilt-free snack, and for them and for the kids. And so I would think about some language in here that just calls that out, like literally draw from some of those 5-star reviews and say some of the same things. I think I had one here. This one, the perfect balance of chocolatey goodness for breakfast or as a snack. Like, this person's writing marketing copy for us. This is fabulous.
Yeah.
So I wonder about being like a little more explicit in the hero about, you know, who this is for. Like, and you do call out high protein. And so I think something along the line, something about healthy breakfast, guilt-free snack, or something along those lines, if it sits with you.
Yeah, just a bit more descriptive.
Yeah, just reinforcing, you know, I didn't take a look. I don't know what the ad or the post that might have brought me here is. We want to be sure that experience is continuous and that there's nothing jarring, but I assume the social media content is probably about the health benefits, the no refined sugars, that angle as well.
Very short, share a little bit more of the details and the ingredients and everything.
Yeah, I think so. That seems to be what people love about it. And so to let them know that's what you're doing here, that's all this is, would be something worth trying. And I guess, maybe last thing, it's hard to see what this image is actually showing me. It's beautiful, but I would like to see more of the product if we could make that happen.
Yeah, for example, this picture looks better on desktop, then you get a better overall picture.
Yeah, it's really not fair when I pull the mobile view out on you, for sure. It's hard. It's hard to get right.
Yeah, but we do sometimes forget, like we mostly work on desktop, so we don't even really consider what it looks like on mobile. That's a huge consideration to actually take into account.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. The good news is if you can get mobile right, desktop probably takes care of itself because you're so constrained on mobile.
Yes.
So those are my main suggestions for here. It's a little bit of the similar, like, let's be judicious with our use of pop-ups and widgets, and just make sure this is all more readable. And then consider what it would look like to really go in aggressive and say, hey, you know, we know what you love about this, or we know what you're going to love about it, and see if that gets more people through to the collection page. And I think last note, similar to the last one actually, if we could get, so we talked about reducing the height of this banner. So if we imagine that moves things up a little bit, and then I would consider shortening this. Honestly, some of this language could go in the hero section. Right? There's some really powerful stuff here. What is it? Almost zero sugars. I think no refined sugars elsewhere. 10 grams of protein per portion. Might be language that I put in that homepage hero that they see on the way in. If you think that's relevant to enough, like a high enough proportion of the audience. And then we could shorten this so that we end up with, you know, more products on the page upon visiting the collection page. Versus right now it's a lot of text and the product's barely peeking up. So if we could shorten that, I think it'd be worth it. All right.